Oh shoot, I should save. I'll do that in a bit. This shouldn't take too long. I want to try something.
You cannot win.
I gotta remember how to fight this guy. No, I totally forgot how to fight him. Yeah, shorter stream. That was like barely an hour.
Let's go.
If you did not fuck up the math, I did it. And it worked out perfectly. We got the trophy, and it took us 50 minutes. How long did that take? Wow. It probably would have been faster if I didn't screw up everything in the beginning. But yeah, it's amazing how different it is fighting these guys now that I actually understand how they frickin' work. And I'm not just like doing guesswork at every like, and I'm not. It's not even guesswork. My old stream was just I'm gonna hit them, and maybe I'll win. So, wow. And then yeah, I wonder like, cause I'm trying to think of Syax. Like obviously I found his openings as you see. Like when he does his physical attacks, is his second one where he kind of like lunges. I call it a lunge because he has crazy range, and he swings at you. That I can guard and wrist dodge, and sometimes he adds on 2 shockwaves first, and then he'll go into his basic combo. I can wrist dodge that too. When he's doing the teleporting around and shooting all the waves, when he appears in the middle and shoots those web of waves around him, I can air step to him and hit him then. And he's vulnerable after he throws all his weapons for the stun move. The issue with that one is that, like, the first weapon he throws at you, which goes straight at you, is easy to dodge. But the other 4 have like perfect tracking, so even if you do dodge them and start hitting him, they'll double back and hit you. So I'm like, is that even something you should capitalize on? And for the rest of the fight, it's just a matter of recognizing and dodging his patterns. I think in the last act, there were times when he would do the thing where he like slams into the ground and the webs go everywhere, but I couldn't combo him, which was weird. Like, because I tried in a few of the fights, and I don't know if you noticed, but it didn't take. So I'm like, is there something different? Like, I assume it's because it's in the second phase, so maybe his window is smaller, or I was getting the wrong one. Because at the beginning, it's like, no matter when he does it, if you hit him, he's vulnerable. And I think also there's that, like, the thing that he does at the beginning, when he throws all his weapons at you, they land all around you, and then he teleports above you and slams down. I think if you dodge the slam and then hit him, I think that's also a vulnerable point, because I think that's how I killed him this time around. I could be wrong, but it's just like it's a lot of it's guesswork basically. Like I'm just that's. So was his Berserk his DM? Yeah, the land sharking I think was his DM.
This one isn't responding.
I think so, because he's invulnerable during the whole thing while he's dashing around. I think he is. Like, once again, I couldn't tell. Like, there were some instances in the fight where I shot fire at him to try to heal, but because his HP was gone, I couldn't tell if it was actually working or not. Well, yeah, the Berserk builds, but the Land Shark segment where he's just going around the floor like crazy, that one is not. That's a specific one, because when he goes into blue mode, he does, like at the beginning of the fight when he goes blue, he just does the basic super strings, but the second time he goes blue, he does the land sharking, and I think that specific one is his DM. I think. Like, I don't know if he had another move, because I don't know how fast I killed him. I don't think I killed him all that quickly, honestly. It's just a guess, though. Wow, yeah, that was fast. Like, and it's like... And, like, thinking about everything that I fought through to get here, like, freaking Davy Jones. Davy Jones?
The moon exhilarates.
Yeah, shut up.
The moon shines down!
Over here. You're through.
Like, man, fuck Davy Jones.
You escape. Get away!
It's also a matter of being far, like, close enough. Like, far enough away from the shockwaves, but close enough to his stupid thing so you can actually hit him. And obviously in that case I wasn't close enough. Davy Jones.
This fight is over. It's over. Break. Abandon hope. Break.
Yeah, there we go. I just don't know if the first one he does makes him vulnerable, or if it's only that one at the end of the combo. I imagine it's the one just at the end. No, it's either one. I think. That's what it looks like anyway. I think. And of course there's the thing with ultimate form where it just says fuck it to enemy invulnerability and it'll find the openings to hurt them. Oh no, yeah, he's vulnerable during this part. So I don't really know if it counts as a DM. I didn't actually want to heal. I was going to shoot fire at him, but I forgot that I replaced all my shortcuts with cure. So I think, I mean, look at it. Do you want to try go over there and hit him? I don't. Like, I guess I could hit him with, like, long-distance spells, but that's like... Like, I wouldn't want to try. He's groggy. Yeah, he just needs some sleep, that's all. Oh, shoot. Yeah, sometimes he sticks around and sometimes he teleports away. There we go. I hit him with Blizzard. I actually did the thing that I said I would never be able to do because the opening's too small. There we go. It really isn't all that bad. But that's just because I learned it, you know. Then there's everybody else that's left, which is just Marluxia, Dark Riku, Xion, and Master Xehanort. Yeah, I had to just scroll down casually to Blizzard because I mean, I didn't have it on the shortcuts. I'm amazed that it actually worked. Didn't think that would take at all. Well, let's look at the important things since I didn't actually see it. Look at that. It says 92%. But then I click it, it's going to reload. And there, 100. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, 100%. (5/11/2021) at 11:56 a.m. I got the Risk Taker trophy. It's ultra rare, 0.2. Obviously the rarest trophy in Kingdom Hearts 3. The all-rounder is also super rare, but I think that's just because it's... what's the word for the all-rounder? I don't know. The all-rounder is a little weird, but it's not hard at all. It's basically like use the easy codes to do some funny stuff. That's basically it. It's nothing crazy. And then of course there's Yuzora defeating him, which that's always a... I was gonna say that's always a good time, but it really isn't. Well, not especially. So yeah, that's the end of the road, I guess.
This one
it was
isn't
like
responding yet.
11 streams to get to this point. I'm happy. Like regardless of like how well I did, like, cause I did really well, and I'm like, I'm totally fine with the ending being chill, because I mean, need to remind everybody that I went through, I don't know how long I fought Davy Jones for. I want to say it was an hour. It honestly felt like the longest hour of my life, though. Like that fight was just a nightmare. And then, of course, we can't forget Vanitas yesterday. Remember Vanitas? Yesterday? Not yesterday. Saturday? That was 2.5 hours working on Vanitas. Davy Jones. That was 2.5 hours on Vanitas. The person who took the longest before him was young Xehanort, and the only reason young Xehanort took that long is because they couldn't figure out how to fucking kill him.
I've been waiting for this. Back off. Nope.
I have no clue why Sora keeps going for this really wimpy weapon swing that, like, can't do anything. Oops. I did not want to open photo mode. I'm in the middle of a fight. Stop it.
Let's go. Dodge this. Dodge this. Right. Take this. Go. See ya. go. You're
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even try to dodge that. I couldn't. Like, once you get in the air, it's very hard to get out of it.
you wish.
Where is he? Oh, he was doing the thing. Well, it's not like I can't wrist dodge when I'm not base Sora, so it doesn't really matter.
You wish. Take this.
Too slow.
Heal. Over here.
It's, done for first food of the day. It is so much easier once you know how to frickin' fight them. That's all you needed to do was learn, dummy. I'm talking to myself. And what's his face? Frickin' Yuzora still took 4 hours, and that was as I was casually learning how to deal with his garbage.
This one isn't
Stupid
responding
dumbness. Who's this? That's young Xehanort. It's Terranort over there. He's not too bad. None of these guys are bad at all. Like, obviously, it's just a matter of, like, I mean, even with all the codes on, the main issue is just simply, like, if you know what they do, you can prepare yourself for it and you can react accordingly. The issue is that sometimes you make a mistake, and it's like, well, what are you gonna do now?
The emptiness. Leaving. Leaving.
I think it was his 5th kick during his kick combo that he's vulnerable.
Leaving. To the void. Leaving. Be gone.
I think it was his 5th one.
Pay attention. No more.
No, you don't, Zemnis. You're done with your shit.
Leaving. 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 No more. Leaving. Be gone.
Oh, it was that one. I counted the wrong one.
Leaving. Leaving.
Take this.
Leaving.
Back at you. So long.
Feel the emptiness.
I'd rather not.
No escape. Grovel. Be gone.
Darn it. I almost got out of that.
To the vault. Leaving first. Leaving.
Almost got out of that.
No more. Leaving. Grovel. Erase. Leaving first. Leaving.
It's over.
To the vault.
Back off.
Leaving. Stride. Grovel.
Did he say grovel? Never!
No.
Take this. Yeah. Go. Yeah. It's over.
Leaving. Erase. Leaving.
Yeah, messy at the end there, but I got it. I got it. Oh boy. This is great. I'm happy. I'm glad that I pulled it off. What a shitty fucking trophy. And the funny thing is, I think because of the way the game is set up, because of the way the trophy was released, it was obviously released with the intention of requiring... Well, I guess not obviously, but like, if you don't start a game from scratch, then you obviously lose the ability to fight all the bosses except for the final boss. So you don't get any of those points. I think if you... But like at that point, without those bosses, I think you have to do all 13 codes on all of the bosses in order to get the points for it. Or at least it gets really snug if you don't do it with the thing, which is why I had to start a new game. But yeah. Not much else to say. Yep, I think I read that too. Yeah, it's something like that. It's either you need all 13 for all 13 of the data bosses and the Jizora. And, I mean, because aside from these 14 bosses in the Data and Yozora, there's also Armored Xehanort in the Remine, because you can replay that as much as you want. That's 15. And then there's Master Xehanort and Armored Xehanort at the end of the game, which is 16. And then there's Dark Inferno, which is 17. Those are the only bosses you can refight for points if you try to do this on a completed game. And the thing is, like, when you're playing, if you have a game before the DLC came out and then you update it to do the DLC, you play through Remind and all that stuff, you can't use the codes. But when you defeat Yozora for the first time, you unlock the easy codes and the pro codes, so then you can double back and try to get the trophy at that point. So, obviously, because I did it this way, I didn't have to beat all the org members, so I'm good with that. I'm like, I don't know what I don't know what I would call my skill level in Kingdom Hearts. I think the most impressive things I've ever done in Kingdom Hearts is obviously this. Beating Yozora. Beating Kingdom Hearts 2 critical 100%. Like doing everything, including, like, well, I mean, not including Lingering Will, but I did everything else. I didn't fight Lingering Will on critical. here's the funny thing. I did not. I still think my favorite thing I've ever done in Kingdom Hearts was that I could not beat Lingering Will on beginner. I mean, on standard difficulty. And then I found out that if I wanted to get the Kingdom Hearts 2 secret movie, I needed to do a lot of bullshit on standard mode. On proud mode, it's like, oh, just get the 3 crowns, which is beating the Mushroom 13, completing the Garden of Assemblage, and beating Lingering Will. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I could, oh, so it's just 3 things. So I'm like, all right. So I went through and played Kingdom Hearts 2 all again on proud. I did everything on proud. I did the Mushroom 13 again, which is a nightmare. I did the Garden of Assemblage on proud. I don't even remember if I finished it on standard, but I was doing it on proud. And then I beat Lingering Will on proud when I could not do it on standard. And then I got the secret movie. And that was like, for a time, that was my biggest accomplishment. And then there's also the fact that I beat all of Birth by on proud. That was nuts. I remember playing through Birth by Sleep and wondering why it was so hard, and I kept having to remind myself, like, oh right, I started the game on proud. Like, completely, like, did you know? Your brain was like, I have to see this movie, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I was like, I wanted to do it, I wanted to get it. There was nothing, I mean, I don't remember if there was any trophy for it. Oh yeah, there probably was. Maybe? Well yeah, you get a trophy for beating Lingering Will, so yeah, there's that. But like, dang. And of course, a Birth by Sleep was genius too, because I didn't know that in order to unlock like the secret episode and the final episode for Birth by, you need to beat all 3 campaigns on proud. I didn't fucking know that was a requirement. I played through all of Birth by on proud because I wanted to. I had no clue that in order to unlock the secret movies and the secret episode and all that, you needed to beat the game on proud. I had no idea that was a thing. Because if I did, I mean, it wouldn't have changed much, but there were so many instances playing through Birth by Sleep where I was like, I hate this game. It's too hard. I want to stop. Like when I beat Terra's story, I was like, that was bullshit. I don't want to do that again. And then I started Aqua's, and it's like, choose your difficulty. And I was like, well, I already did Terra on proud. I don't want to do Aqua though. I don't want to do Aqua on proud. Then I did Aqua on proud and I hated it. And then when I finished Aqua's, I was like, I got to Ventus. I was like, I really don't want to do Ventus on proud. I've not been having fun. This is torture. And then I did Ventus on proud. And I was like, I kept telling every single time I had the opportunity, the chance to not pick proud, I picked it anyway. Cause like I felt like the only time I had a valid out was after Terra. Because I did 1 campaign on proud, and it's like, that's good enough. But by the time I beat Aqua, it's like, well, you did a 2 on proud, you might as well do the last one on proud too. So I was like, fucked myself over. And the biggest issue with, I mean, it's not even like Birth by's fault. Like, proud mode, I don't know, man, it's just difficult. It's difficult in that game. I think Dream Drops was even harder. Like, I could not make any progress in Dream Drop on proud. I had to reset on standard because I just was not enjoying it. I mean, gosh, if I had tried to do Dream Drop on proud, because I did Dream Drop right after Birth by, so I was like, oh cool, I did all of Birth by on proud. I can totally do Dream Drop on proud. I'm glad I chose not to do Dream Drop on proud, because just thinking about that final young Xehanort fight on proud is enough to make me scream. So I'm like, I'm very happy with myself for choosing the easier way out. So, wow. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. So I wanted to do something funny. I wanted to end the stream by, deleting Kingdom Hearts 3 from my PlayStation memory and be like, alright, we're done. Never gonna play this again. But, like, the thing is, I kind of do want to beat the rest of these guys on this file, just for the hell of it. Like, I'm not going to stream it. Like, we're done. The whole point of the stream was to get the trophy. I'll definitely use the PS4 function to at least record the fights, like, record my winning run, just to put them online for completion's sake. Kind of like how I did for the young Xehanort and Zigbar rematches. Including a fight with Yozora on beginner, just to see how it is, because I am curious, like, to see if I can actually properly learn these fights in a much less obscene setting, you know, because it's still beginner. So I don't actually know what the difference is, because like I may have lowered the difficulty to beginner, but all the pro codes made it like proud. So like I don't really understand like what the difference is. Do I do more damage? Do the enemies have less HP? I don't think so. They don't. So like, do they do less damage? Like, what's the difference? I honestly don't know what it is. So yeah. Anyway, shortest stream ever, and I'm totally fine with that. So what I got next? I don't know. What am I doing? I'm playing. Well, I started playing Daemon X Machina on Switch. That's a game I've been wanting to play since it was announced, like 2 years ago. Since it came out 2 years ago. So I'm finally giving it a shot. It's fun. It's good. It's entertaining. My next big game that I'm looking forward to play, and next new title, is a Scarlet Nexus. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. Not to be a hipster, but I really think it's going under the radar, which is fine. It's like, it looks like fun. It looks super fun. Like just like from its reveal trailer, it reminded me a lot of Astral Chain. And for a lot of people who played Astral Chain, I think they had the same like reaction to seeing Scarlet Nexus for the first time. It has a release date. It's next month. So I'm like, yes. So that's the next big thing I'm excited to play. It's by the same Namco studio that develops God Eater and Code Vein, so it's like the next one in line. But unlike God Eater and Code Vein, which exists in the same universe, this is separate, so it's not related to them. Still excited to play it though. Apparently it has not two stories. It's one story from two perspectives. So you have a male main character and a female main character, and you can play through the game with either. So I'm like, oh, that's gonna be super fun. I can pick one or the other. Rad. And then after that, which is the next one, I think it's September. Tales of Arise. So I'm super freaking stoked for a new Tales game. There was the official like big release, not release, well, yeah, the release date trailer for it when they said when it's coming out. And then they also released like a 30-minute gameplay video or something, like just to show you how the game plays, right? I didn't watch that. I didn't watch the gameplay video. And I don't think I want to. I think I'm good with just seeing the trailer, and like that has me interested. So I'm super interested in checking out Tales of Arise. So for right now, for 2021, those are the two brand new games that I'm looking forward to. I'm sure there's some ports that are gonna happen here or there that I'll be like, oh, I want to get that, you know. But the only things I saw of Tales of Arise, which to be honest, the only things they released for Tales of Arise was they announced it, and then they were silent for 18 months. That's what it feels like anyway. And then they released the launch trailer. Or not the launch trailer, the release date trailer. From a few weeks ago. That's it. So if you feel like, I haven't seen much of it, that's because they haven't shown anything. Like every opportunity that Namco and Tales Studio have had to talk about it, they've chosen not to. It's just been totally radio silent. Which I guess given everything that's happened with COVID and stuff, it's like, well, yeah, that's why they stayed silent, you know? And I'm like, okay, I understand that. But wow, it was super, like, I was like, every time there was like a big game event, whether it was like a Nintendo Direct, or not a Nintendo Direct because it wouldn't be releasing on Nintendo, but just like any, like E3, any PlayStation conference, a State of Play, anything, even Microsoft had some digital events. I was always like, where is it? And it never showed up in any of them. And then randomly, they released the release date trailer a few days back, and I was like, I don't know why this is out, but yay, finally. That's cool. I think that's it. The only other stuff that comes to mind that I'm interested game-wise is like, well, obviously I want to know what Breath of the Wild 2 is like, but I'm pretty sure that's not this year. I don't think there's anything on Nintendo specifically that I'm looking forward to this year. And I have way more than enough on the Nintendo backlog to finish. Like, way more than enough. Like, after I wrap up Daemon X Machina, which is very fun, and I'm like, yeah, I can beat it. No problem. I can probably just jump back into my backlog. I have so much stuff on my Switch. Someone looks at my Switch, they're like, dude, why do you have so many games? Like, it's ridiculous how many games I have on my Switch. But I'm looking forward to playing more of them, because there's a bunch of games I started and stopped, and I like want to get back to it. Like I got Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 on my Switch, and I have only beaten 9. 7 is like a third of the way through, if I'm being generous, maybe a fourth more realistically, and 8 is like at the beginning. I played it for like 3 hours or something like that. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm playing 8 for the first time, and then I stopped and I never got back to it. So it's not like I lost interest, it's just I stopped. And also, I mean, once again, 5 days of the week I wake up at like 6:30 a.m. I go to work for 10 hours, and by the time I get home again, it's like 6 p.m. So half of my day is gone for 5 days of the week. So I don't have any time on the weekdays to do nearly as much as I want to do. Like I haven't had any time to write. Like, are you kidding me? Like I can't get into the brain. And I was like, I want to do something interesting in the midst of this work nonsense. So I was like, well, maybe I could stream something. I was wondering, originally I was gonna stream, like, because I streamed my replay of Tales of Hysteria, the whole thing, and that was a blast. Even if at the end I came out being like, the game's like a mid at best. It's got some very high highs, but then it just, everything else is standard or just low. That was like, and I was like, yeah, okay. But that was still a really fun stream. Like, I super enjoyed playing through all of Hysteria again on stream. That was a blast. So my plan was originally to replay all of Berseria on stream, because I've been avoiding playing that game again because, wow, I don't have the emotional capacity to play that game again. But I was like, no, yeah, I want to stream, because I streamed Hysteria, so I should stream Berseria. But then I was like, then I saw Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, no one wants to, like, is there anything I could do in Kingdom Hearts maybe that's like stream worthy? I'm not gonna do a critical run. Like, immediately I knocked that idea out of my, I have no interest in playing through the game on critical. I was like, what can I do? Maybe I could just fight Yozora again? I don't know. That's like one stream's worth of content. What can I do? I was like, and I started researching the Risk Taker trophy, and because I said on Twitter that I would never get it, and then I researched it, and the way that the guide was written was like, made me sound like I could do it, and I was like, I don't know. And then here we are, 11 streams later. So yeah, that's it. So whatever stream I do next, I definitely want to try a Berseria replay, that's for sure. I would rather wait till maybe I have more free time, but I'm really excited to do that. And then beyond that, probably just chill. Probably just gonna chill. Or maybe I should, I know I played some Spyro Reignited, maybe I should play that again. I don't know. It's all crazy. But yeah, whenever I'm satisfied with Kingdom Hearts 3 though, I'll submit a video of me deleting it from my PS4 to never play again. You'll see that. I'll put it on Twitter or something. Like a 10-second video of me just deleting the game, being like, never again. Alright. This has been greatly worth it. So I mean, so if we add it all together, I put 82 hours into my first complete run. I did. It's 82 hours. 2 hours for critical is 84. 8 hours for proud, that's 92. And then 40 hours for the trophy. That's 132. So in total, I put 132 hours into Kingdom Hearts 3. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, well, I'm not going to keep anyone here any longer. I'm sure you all got stuff you want to do. Maybe do some farming in DFO, or fight some robots, or watch Invincible. Or The Boys. I recommend them both. Or just, I don't know, chill. What do you do on a Tuesday? It's fucking Tuesday. But yeah, I'm going to chill, have some pizza, and then maybe fight some Daemon X Machina and have fun. So yeah, that's all. Thanks Aaron for joining me on this crazy adventure. I got the trophy and now I can be like, hey look, I have this very important thing that everybody cares about. And of course, shout out, one last thing, shout out to Polylab. Like the few times he was on stream, assistance was very handy with some of the boss weak points. So that was very, very beneficial. So shout out to him. Shout out to Abyss Condor for sitting through this bullshit, this nonsense, and yelling at me to remember certain things that I kept forgetting. Like, why are you forgetting the button that Cure's on? Like, the one opportunity that I put Cure on for this whole event, and I forgot where it was, like, every single time. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right. It's like you just made your acceptance fee for your trophy. Yeah, I mean, it is. It is. It is. It's a good time. It's a good time. Alright then. See y'all. Have a great day. Hasta.